Hey you guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tashina.
I'm Portia.
And this is the Dark Side of Humans. So today's story, we're going to be talking about a missing child that got abducted from her own bed while she was sleeping. And she's never been found. Her body's never been found.
14 years.
Yeah, her body's never been found. Nothing's been found. So we're going to talk about Haleigh a little bit. So Haleigh was born August 17, 2003. To her dad Ronald, and to her mom Crystal. Haleigh was born with a disorder called the Turner syndrome. Basically, it's when a female is born with only one X chromosome. So it can cause your long bones to not grow, so you can be short and stumpy. It causes your ovaries, vision, heart problems, learning disabilities. So since she had this disorder, she had to get hormone shots to help her grow and to see a cardiology about, her heart. Basically, everybody was saying that she was just the sweetest little girl. They used to call her Little Mama because she had this maternal,
to take care of her little
her
brother
already at this young age. And she loved playing with her laptop, and she loved playing with makeup. And she was just a typical little 5-year-old girl. So her dad, Ronald, he's 25 years old. He has full custody of Haleigh and her little brother. The mom, they were battling in court for the kids. The mom lost the kids. She admitted that she was on cocaine, and while Haleigh was in her care, she missed a lot of doctor appointments. So Ronald got custody. Now Ronald wasn't, perfect. He got a lot. He had run-ins with the law too. A lot of drug cases, but it always got dropped. For some reason, the cases just got dropped.
He never did anything that affected the children.
No.
His was like him doing his stuff.
So he wasn't perfect. But anyway, so the Haleigh and the brother lived with him and his 17-year-old girlfriend. He's 25 and she's 17.
I don't know what them laws is in Florida, but 17 legal out there.
And they live in Satsuma, Florida, in a trailer, and it's surrounded by water, like a lake. I forgot the name of the lake. But yeah, so 2009 started off as a normal day. Haleigh went to school. Ronald picked her up from school around 3ish. Went home. They had dinner. He left to go to work around 8 o'clock because he worked the night shift. So the girlfriend, Misty, she said that she put Haleigh and her little brother to bed around 8:15. She stayed up. She started, she cleaned. She did some laundry, she said, and she said she went to bed about 10 o'clock. She said she woke up around 3 o'clock in the morning because she had to go to the bathroom. But the weird thing is
that's the first story. She had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, there was a bathroom in the room that they were in, but she decided to go to the guest bathroom.
She could have not wanted to flush the toilet and wake them up. Who knows?
Maybe. So
but that's just one of the stories Misty told about when she discovered Haleigh was gone.
Yeah. So she gets up. She says she goes, then she sees the light is on in the kitchen. She says she goes and she sees that the back door is propped open with a cedar block. And that's when she's like, oh my gosh. So she runs in and realizes that Haleigh is missing. So they have 2 mattresses. A big mattress, that's when Misty and the brother was sleeping in, and Haleigh was in a little mattress on the side of the bed. So she said that Misty was gone. That she said Haleigh was gone. So get this, she waits 25 minutes before reporting Haleigh, before calling the cops. She gets in the shower and she waits till Ron gets home. Of course, when Ronald gets home, he is hysterical. He is, upset. Where's my daughter? She was here in the bed. How is my daughter, gone? He automatically feels like she's been kidnapped. Mm-hmm. So they called him.
He's mad. He's making threats on the 911 call.
So she finally calls 911, but she's having a hard time telling the 911 operator what's going on. She just kept mentioning the cedar block. She keeps calling the brick. And the lady on the phone was like, what does the brick have to do? She kept saying, well, it propped up in the door. Meanwhile, Ron's in the background going on saying, y'all need to hurry up. What does it matter what she was wearing? Y'all need to come and find my daughter. I'm going to kill whoever found my daughter. I'm
going to go to jail.
Yeah, I don't care. You guys can put it. I don't care.
Yeah.
So he was mad at, Misty too. he was like, bitch, he called her a bitch. So
Yeah.
you know, you lost my daughter. So then when the police arrives, right after the police arrives, they checked the door. There was no sign of
forced entry.
It wasn't like they jimmied the lock, nothing. So they were trying to talk to Ron, but he was just, he couldn't speak. He couldn't talk. He couldn't answer anything. So they asked Misty. Misty was still, she was kind of, couldn't tell them what the little girl was wearing. Couldn't really tell her the height. Like, she was just all over the place.
Certain stuff, though, like that, it's like when you're upset, you don't remember.
Yeah. But I think I would remember what she, maybe.
Nah.
This is just me saying, but I think.
I literally, like, lost Nicholas before at the amusement park. I didn't know what he had. I lost him for, like, 10 seconds. He went into the bathroom ahead of me. I didn't know he did, but I forgot what he had on. I was like, oh my God, what is he wearing? But then, like, you know, I heard him yell, TT Portia. And then I was like, oh, he's not lost to me.
I mean, that could be the case, yeah. So, right after that, you know, of course, the police came and they did the whole team came from, they did a air search, water search, land search, and then they did an Amber Alert to try to find this little girl. It went on for a couple, they didn't find, and then they searched the house. They looked for blood. They found like a little tiny bit like of blood smeared on the mattress that Haleigh slept in, but it was a little bit. They're like, well, that could be, she's anything, a kid, she could scrape her knee, anything. So then they even got the drains from in the house or whatever, in the showers, and there was a tiny bit of blood, but that could be you cut yourself in the, like, it wasn't even enough to get DNA off of it. That was so small amount of blood. They didn't smell bleach. They didn't smell cleaning. They didn't smell anything where, like, they were trying to clean a crime scene or anything like that. They didn't see anything like that. Basically, at this time, they're thinking they're still going off of her being abducted. They even got the cedar block and tried to do, like, a touch DNA.
They couldn't find
They got a little bit of it, but again, not enough to match it to anybody or whatever like that. So,
this one is really good.
Yeah, I like the blackberry. Okay. So, anyways, what was I gonna say? I lost my train of thought.
The touch DNA.
Oh, touch DNA off the break, which you know that didn't have enough DNA. And also, there's 44 sex offenders that live in a 5-mile radius of little Haleigh. So they checked all 44 of them. All 44 of them panned out. I guess they had a good alibi or whatever. And then they went to check Haleigh's mom, the real mom, but she was 30 miles away.
Yeah, she was way away.
So the only suspect that they keeps coming back to is Misty. Misty was the last one that seen her. So first time she got questioned, she said Haleigh, the brother, and her were all in the same bed. She said Misty was she said Haleigh was only 4 inches away from her. Then the second time, she said Haleigh was in a separate bed. Then she said she got up to get a glass of water. Then she changed it and said she went to the bathroom. So again, that could be her nerves.
But she added, she got questioned plenty of times, and if you're not lying, your story don't change.
It don't change. No.
Her story changed
Especially from a water to the bathroom how do you not know Haleigh was on the bed with you? From Haleigh being in the bed with you, Haleigh not being in the bed with you. So yeah.
Certain things just wasn't adding up.
No, it just kept coming back to Misty. The fact that Misty was the last one, and then they even said that the back door court, wasn't no breaking and entering, no nothing. They both of them swear up and down that door is always locked. They never unlock it.
And you can't just, it's not like a door where you could just shake it and it opens. No. They're like, nah, that door is hard to open.
And everything was unlocked. They had bolts. The door was unlocked.
And open.
And like propped open. So, I don't know.
And to me, it's whoever, because it was said to whoever, if it wasn't Misty, whoever did take her knew the house. Because that door is slammed.
Yeah.
So, it's like they put the brick there to keep the door from slamming because they knew it was slam and probably wake everybody up.
Yeah.
But
I don't know. And then I guess you can sleep through it if you're a deep sleeper. If somebody comes in the room and takes the baby, I would think maybe she would make noise. I don't know.
It's weird. It depends.
It
Like,
does.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sit right in my spirit.
Misty know what happened to that baby.
Yes.
Period.
So anyways,
She know.
we all know the Haleigh Anthony story.
Oh, yeah.
Well, you know, Casey Anthony. We'll do a quick summary. Her daughter went missing for what, a month before she reported her?
Yeah.
They end up finding the baby. She tried to say the nanny stole the baby.
Ended up finding a baby.
Baby bones.
Around the corner from the house.
Yeah. She got charged with murder. Of course, she got off. Y'all know that. So this is happened right after Kayleigh's body was found and Casey was already sentenced. Not sentenced.
No,
already
she was in jail.
In jail because she got whatever. So the parents,
Casey Anthony's parents.
Yeah, Kayleigh's grandparents seen this story of Haleigh, and they're about 80 miles away in Orlando. So they came and they want to help Ron, you know, and they could use their name to get, you know, media and stuff to come because, you know, they're Haleigh Anthony, you know, Anthony's. But Ron was like, nope, I don't want his help. I feel like they got hidden agenda, and I just don't want his help.
To me, that's suspect. Ron been a little bit suspect to me, too, on some occasions. He do some stuff that's suspect to me. Even if they do have a hidden agenda, the Casey Anthony family name is known.
Yeah.
Like, just by them being there, media is going to pop up to be like, oh, what they her doing? Let's put these cameras. Let's get this name out there. So I wouldn't care if they did have a hidden agenda. Just by you being there, my daughter's name is going to be on multiple news outlets. Yeah. So come on, bring your agenda and let's find my baby.
That's what Haleigh Anthony's grandma said. She was like, I don't care. When my child's missing, I want anybody to help me. Like, I don't care. I would want anybody to help me. So that right there. And then a month after Haleigh went missing, he proposes to Misty. And they get married. Okay, your daughter is missing.
And you at the courthouse getting married.
They had they went to go get their license. They had a little wedding and everything. They try to say, oh, I know this probably sounds weird and odd, but this is what Haleigh would want. No, Haleigh wants you to find her.
Girl, Haleigh wouldn't want him to be missing in the first place.
Haleigh wants
he shouldn't want to go missing.
So, hey, this is what Haleigh would want. But to me, that seems kind of like you already saying Haleigh's dead. I'm
like, yo, if my kid goes missing and he asks me to marry him, I'm out. You killed her. Like, that's how I'm gonna feel. I'm gonna be like, did you kill his baby? Because you wanted to, like, move on with your life?
Yeah. But
I'm not gonna marry you and your daughter's been missing for a month. If your son, your daughter, and you ask me to marry you, no, I'm out. That's weird. It's weird.
They were trying to say they think they got married because so they couldn't
Misty
testify
was 17.
against him. Yeah, because Misty was 17. He was afraid to because she had to get permission from her parents to get married. And they couldn't testify against each other. So you know the law, the spouses can't testify against other, or they can't be forced to. But in Florida, if it has to do with the spouse's child, that's not.
They can testify.
They can testify. They can make you testify. I had burp stomach. Sorry.
You just burped. Oh my god.
So yeah, that's what they. But the marriage didn't last very long. People were saying
8 months. They're married 8
months. After a while, Ron started because at first he was defending her. He was all on Misty's side. He was saying
and she loves
it's not her fault that she's the last person that sees her. You know, whatever. But this about 8 months, he probably was wondering like, where is my daughter? Because you just keep saying I don't know.
I'm sorry. That's unacceptable. I'm not marrying you and my child was messing with you. Like,
so that's what weird. I'm saying. I would feel some type of way.
Maybe he knew more. Maybe he knew
because
something.
he just assumed, he assumed somebody kid. So do you have enemies? Do you feel like, because as soon as he got home and they said the baby, he's like, she's kidnapped.
I think that he did think that she was kidnapped because they're in the drug world.
Yeah.
So he probably felt like, oh, I owe somebody some money for drugs. Or something, something to do with drugs, because he was an avid, like, with drugs.
And there was little people coming, like, from the tip line was saying that Misty was at a party that night with Haleigh, but they found that she didn't have no transportation unless somebody picked her up, but there was no transportation there for her to go nowhere.
But somebody could have picked her up.
Yeah, so they tried to say that the baby, Haleigh overdosed at a party. that we went Misty, then the body was dumped. It was just a lot of little things being said, but it was never proven. It couldn't be proven. So 11 months after Haleigh went missing, Ron and Misty, they didn't really talk that much, but they got back into communication again, and they started selling drugs, pills, hydrocodone, something like pills. They were selling pills, so it was a drug. They got arrested in a drug bust. So when they did that, the cops were like, "We finally got him. We can
use them against each other.
Give Misty a deal." They already had a deal already planned up. Like, give her a deal. Just tell us what happened. They really thought that that was the moment that they were going to find out what happened to Haleigh. But Misty was tight-lipped. She did not say nothing, like nothing. So they went to trial, whatever. She got sentenced 25 years. She got sentenced to max.
For drugs, though. Yeah. Not for the disappearance
no, nothing. This had nothing to do with
the baby. It's just for drugs.
Yeah, this had nothing to do with Haleigh. So she got sentenced to max 25 years because she was the ringleader. She's the one that set up the deal. She brought in Ron. She brought in her brother. Her brother got arrested as well. Ron got 15 years. In prison or whatever. So while Misty's in jail, they kept coming to her. They kept trying to get her, to to confess, or at least tell what happened to Haleigh. But she just wouldn't say anything. She would not say anything. And then one day she called and said that her brother and her cousin came over and she seen Haleigh's lifeless body. She never
what happened.
She never explained
Haleigh's lifeless body.
How Haleigh was lifeless. Mm-hmm. She said that the brother and the cousin got wrapped up Haleigh's body in a bag and then threw it in the river. So that's when the cops searched the river, drained the river, but it's a big river. It's a huge river.
But this was way after the baby.
This is 11 months, yeah. So alligators are in there. There could be where they can push the body. I mean, it was a lot. She's little too. So, and then they found a cedar block with a rope. They tested it. No, that was there long way before Haleigh went missing. They found bones. They even brought an anthropologist in and tested all the bones that they found. None of it was Haleigh's.
I wonder whose bones those were.
Probably tons of people. Or probably frog bones.
Ain't no frog that big.
They got little baby bones. I don't know.
Girl.
But
ain't no fucking frog bones.
Remember on Bones when they found the frog bones?
That's not
they thought
real,
it was an infant? It's real. Anyways.
Them frog bones is not that fucking big to be. She was 5.
Yeah.
She got big bones.
So, basically, there has never been any other suspect except Misty. There's no other suspect, no other name gets brought up. So this is just my opinion. I feel like there was drugs in that house. That baby got into the drugs and overdosed. Misty freaked out, called her brother and a cousin to come over, and they put the baby in the river.
Okay.
That's
my opinion. My opinion is the dad knew. Okay, so I feel like this. I feel like, yes, there was drugs or something in the house that the baby got a hold of. Misty calls dad or tell, like, look, she got into these pills. Da-da-da-da, you left him out. Dad feels guilty, like, shit, I did leave those pills on the cabinet because, who knows? Didn't you say like they were arguing, like it was said that they were arguing?
It was said.
So it was said that they were like arguing that day or something. So in my mind, I'm like, they was arguing over some shit. He was rushing out of there to work. He forgot to put away his stash. The baby got in his stash, and the baby overdosed or whatever. She told him like, "Look, this is your fucking fault. These are your pills that you left out." Mm-hmm. She got into them. So now what the fuck we gonna do? And they got rid of the baby's body. I don't care how much I trust. I don't have any biological children, but everybody know how I am when it comes to the ones that are in my life like they're mine. My god kids, my nieces, my nephews, my little cousins, whatever. I don't give a shit. If you were watching my child or watching whoever this is and they went missing, I'm not fucking with you. I'm not talking to you. I'm not marrying you. I'm not doing none of that. Period. I don't want to. I get mad at my sister when I feel like my sister's not watching my nephew enough. So, and that's her kid. so I just can't. I don't know. I feel like he had to have known, or he had to have played a role for him to still stay with this girl who was the last person to be seen with his kid. Even if somebody would have abducted, kidnapped her, I would have still been like, what the fuck were you doing that my daughter got kidnapped? I'm not rocking with you. Bye. Go on with your life, and I'm going to go on with mine. I'm not going to be defending you, because at the end of the day, in my mind, what were you doing that you weren't watching this child? Period. And I get it, because I'm a heavy sleeper, but you ain't that heavy to where you're not going to feel a presence. You're not going to feel that baby not there no more.
And I just feel like
when they're in bed with you, they're warm.
Yeah.
And then, that you're going to wake up like, where's that little warm?
Yeah. Or even if she wasn't in the bed with her, she's on the side, I feel like Haleigh would react. Like when you lift the baby up, she would wake up and be like, who are you? Or, react or make a noise or something that wakes them up. I just feel, I don't know.
It's weird because, like, if I'm asleep and you come into the room, I'll wake up when if I'm knocked out. And so I'll be sleeping with my light on, y'all. So Thompson will come in and turn the light off. Before she turns the light off, I'm woke because I'm not asleep. And then she's like, you asleep? I'm like, I'm not asleep. You feel that presence.
I feel like you would too. I don't know. I just feel like that's just me. I just feel like you. So
that bitch both of them has something to do.
I don't know if I feel like the dad did. The way that he reacted
Why
to her,
would you marry this girl?
Because she's just off.
No.
There were, I don't know. That's just my opinion. I think the baby got into
I'm not
drugs.
saying you gotta hate her but I'm not marrying you and you lost my child.
Yeah.
Then I can't trust you with my next child.
Yeah.
That's why I feel like.
And then the
weird.
son was there. The son was asleep.
Yes,
so
the baby not touched at all.
No. And he's so little, he probably can't tell you what happened.
It could be Haleigh ass was Misty ass was jealous too, because it was said that Haleigh and the dad had like a really close relationship and all of this. She could bitches be jealous of little kids.
They said in Misty's past, in Misty's childhood, that she was sexually assaulted, she was abused, she ran away from home. So she's 17 years old. So all that is just I don't know, but like I said, the only suspect is Misty. She's still in jail at this time. Ron has already been released. She's still in prison.
Didn't he go back though?
That's what he got arrested again.
He got arrested again.
But
some knows. So
she hasn't cracked. She hasn't said anything.
Neither has he.
Which is just sad because this baby been missing for 14 years. In my opinion, she's deceased. She's dead. I don't feel like she's alive.
By her having that Turner syndrome.
Yeah, and she needs, the
unless the biological mom kidnapped her, changed her name,
but
did some other stuff. But she's a drug addict herself.
She was there. She was there with the dad. She was there with Misty searching, and everybody was there.
Being there don't mean nothing. Casey Anthony was there searching for her baby that she knew was dead too.
Yeah, but Casey Anthony also didn't report the baby missing for a month. That looked suspicious,
but it took them an hour to report the baby.
Not a month.
Still.
A month?
Anyway. I swear. I would have been a nervous wreck. Like I said, I lost Nicholas for 30 minutes. And I already was like, oh my God, I need to go to the people to find him.
Yeah. So
why would you wait that long?
We'll never know. As long
hopefully
as
she's found, or hopefully they get brought to justice.
Yeah. So, that's our case today, our story.
Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
In the comments.
And hit like and subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.